This week we'll be working on a new Prismacolor piece, shopping for art supplies, muddling through client work, going on a friend date, and chasing some waterfalls. Hello, welcome to the last gasps of summer. It's still muggy in NYC as the remnants of Hurricane Henry passed through. Kind of a dark and rainy Monday, but honestly, I vibe with these kind of Mondays. I'm behind on my workouts between working on client stuff, so I guess that's why I'm subjecting you to this part of my day. Like many people, I have a love-hate relationship with working out, but honestly, it's done so much for my mood and offsetting my artist's shrimp cocktail posture. Don't get me wrong, my posture is still awful, but at least there's a part of my day where I wring out my spine a bit. Before I properly distinctify, I'm gonna get my start of the week emails out of the way. My agent just sent over a creative brief for a potential new job. It's a little unclear what they want, but there's certainly an abundance of branding language. Sometimes my agent sends feelers for new jobs over, though we always go back and forth a little to assess whether the job is the right fit. Even if it is, there's no guarantee whether or not I'll get it, but I trust my agents to advocate for the best possible outcome. Other than that, I have a few administrative emails to get to, like replying to inquiries, invoicing, and general communication with clients. Glad that's over. Props to Ciao for proofreading my emails.
And then holding the cloudy bottle.
This week I'm reading The Chosen and the Beautiful by Vo, and her lush descriptions have put me in the mood to draw. Although Vo's adaptation of The Great Gatsby takes place in the rich, sluggish days of August, fall is right around the corner, so I think I'll weave that aspect into the piece. The bulk of my afternoon is going to be spent on the revisions for the publishing job that I was working on last time. Then I have a few colored pencil pieces that need cleaning up. This one is a piece I made to celebrate the Lunar New Year of the Ox. Looks like my manager is telling me to wrap up. Come here. No deadlines today. What's that mean? Personal work is prioritized. Back to this autumn gal and her leather jacket. I really want to play up an oily texture to the leather folds and highlights, so I'm working with a charcoal color and a peacock blue to create globby looking highlights. I've also been neglecting some plant care, so time to water my BBs. For the most part, I water batches of my plants in the sink by using the spray nozzle. Bigger guys get watered from an old wine bottle since they're too big to comfortably water in the sink. It's such a sunny day, I think I'll draw at a cafe today. If I could work at a cafe every day, I totally would. There's something about the low hum of people talking in the distance that really helps me concentrate. I'm way more productive than when I work in my living room. I tend to think it simulates some of the conditions of when I used to draw during class at school. That's when I got some of my best drawing done as a kid. Anyway, these are sketches for an article in Stanford Business Magazine. We're headed to a heavenly oasis in the city, my personal happy place. I need a few Prismacolors, and I wanted to try out Posca markers for the first time. One more thing. Not you. Here you are. That made me really hungry, so I'm gonna look for food. No New York walk is complete without bounteous heaps of trash. I think I'll eat at Raku. It's a steamy evening, so I'm gonna order an iced barley tea and cucumber salad. Add some jaja udon, a cold noodle dish with minced pork and a poached egg. I didn't take too much footage in the studio today, though I spent most of the day working with colored pencils again. That's okay though, because I'm heading to a friend's place to take part in a drawing triathlon via Zoom. It's a mixed media challenge over which the goal is to finish 100 or so drawings in 3 hours. First we began with word prompts, which were kind of like free association, drawing whatever comes to mind when we hear a word prompt.
Our third word is top.
Then we worked on combos of these word associations. After this, we worked for models on fast 1-minute poses. The models did a great job and certainly gave us artists a good variety of poses to work from. And after this, we drew from a random assortment of photos. Overall, it was a fun but exhausting 3 hours. Definitely a great exercise for anyone who feels a bit stuck in their work. Now that summer is coming to a close, the sun sits a little lower in the sky, and Shiley makes longer appearances in the living room, Ciao's best friend. Just so you know, I'm her second best friend. I have a last-minute file conversion to do for a commercial client. It's a large-scale artwork that's going to go in a storefront in Manhattan. I can't wait to show it to you. Beyond that, I have a few tech client revision notes, and I have to prepare some sketch files for review by my publishing client. Okay, time to reward ourselves with some colored pencils work. Really, I drew this character to live vicariously through her tattooed self. I love the idea of snake tattoos because snakes are just cute. Yeah, I said it. Rather than a harsh black, I used silver for the slight sheen and to act secondarily to her facial features and hair. More like a pattern than artwork within artwork, if that makes any sense. The reason I enjoy drawing tattoos so much is probably because so many of my friends have them. But I'm an indecisive chicken when it comes to settling on a design for my own skin. Plus, I already have so many moles. I'll just end up getting one when I have my midlife crisis. And again, more colored pencil cleanup and color correction, followed by streaming the green night. Good morning. I finally finished the colored pencil drawing after breakfast. Here she is. And then I need to start on the publishing client files on my Cintiq. Honestly, this is my favorite part of any job because I get to work with color and I already have the composition set. So I can kind of zone out or in with a good audiobook in the background. We spent a lot of time in the studio this week, haven't we? Well, I guess it is a studio vlog. Time to make our escape. I'm meeting up with my friend for dinner at Macau, which has some pretty good malasadas. Thankfully, it was also really empty when we went, so we ended up eating indoors. You think it's like a raccoon?
I don't think it was.
You think it's a giant rat? After that, we headed to a bar that our friend works at. It's been pretty slow for them lately, so I think he was happy that we came by to relieve some of his boredom. Plus, we got to hear an epic story about an Instagram defriending. Once I stay out too late, it's so hard to go home. Guess who it is? My mom and I decided to drive past the New York City bike tour and take Sammy for a hike. Today we went to Ramapo Mountain State Forest and did the Cannonball Loop. It was a pretty straightforward trail, about 4.6 miles. I have to say, Sammy is fast becoming a master hiker. The trails were still a bit muddy from the rains, but because of that, there are also lots of mushrooms. Once we reached the halfway point on the lake, we stopped to eat some lunch, and Sammy got a chance to make some new friends. Time to make our way back down the mountainside. Sammy knows the way. But wait, before you head out, remember that client that needed a file conversion earlier? I wanted to show you the storefront piece I did for Rent the Runway. I was just passing through Union Square, so I checked out the flagship store. I'm so excited and a little terrified to see my work this large, but I'm so happy with how it turned out. That's it for this week. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.